send this one away. Doesn't bring the kick out. Touchback. They'll start at the 25. The Hilltoppers offense retakes the field now. This has been a rough first half. They'll have to regroup in intermission. But in the meantime, let's see if they can get some momentum going. Looking to set up a screen pass here. That's a big game before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks more than enough for a first down.
Well, it's got to start somewhere, and there's a nice first down to keep this drive alive and hope to be able to create a little bit of momentum here near the end of the first half, trying to cut into this lead and get some points on the board.
Defense is coming after him. It's a fumble. The defense recovers the fumble.
Well, anytime the quarterback takes off and improvises, there's always the risk that the ball goes on the ground. He does a nice job of going off script, trying to create and make something, anything happen, but he doesn't take care of the ball, and the defense does a nice job of swatting the ball away.
Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there.
But his defense just hasn't had many answers for this running back. Guy's already over 100 yards on the afternoon, but give him credit there. He made a nice play in the backfield.
Here's the second down play.
Here we go.
Quarterback drops back from the shotgun, looking for a receiver. Catch made on the right side, and uses his speed to pick up solid yardage.
You know, we talked this week with the offensive coordinator about what makes this receiver so special. He kept referring to his route running. Here's an example of that. Great route, enough separation to give the quarterback a nice lane to throw the football.
And from the shotgun, an inside handoff. Brought down after a solid run by the senior.
Hey, whether it's been on the inside or bouncing things to the outside, this guy has shown you everything that he has to offer, and a big part of the reason why they're enjoying this nice lead.
On the ground, it's Davis. And the runner brought down after just a short gain. Coming to the line on second down. This is important. They want to avoid a 3rd and long. Tailback with another carry. Defense gets him down, but they'll take the gain on that play.
I feel like they call that knowing chances are they're not going to hit a home run. Look at this. Put themselves in a perfect 3rd down situation. It's much more manageable. Now we'll see if they can convert.
3rd down, out of the shotgun. Launching one to the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Aztecs.
Boy, the quarterback put that ball right where he could give his receiver a chance, and what an effort by that receiver to lay out and come up with that touchdown.
And they're able to tack on the extra point. So an important touchdown just before halftime. Not much time for the opposing offense to try to answer before the break. And it comes out to the 25. No return attempted there. The offense comes back out there. Not much time left. Perhaps just time for a couple plays before the half. There's the handoff. They'll bring him down right at the 30-yard line. And that will do it for the first half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update. The Aztecs will kick it off to begin the second half. And he'll just take a knee. Drive will start at the 25-yard line. And here comes the Western Kentucky offense back on the field. They get the second half started with their running play. Fights off a defender.
You know, a lot of people feel running backs with elite speed shy away from contact. That wasn't the case there. Instead of running around the defender, this back elected to run right through him.
Ball handed off. And they try the middle, but stuck for no gain.
Well, they keep trying to run the football, and they keep getting dominated at the line of scrimmage. That has been a theme throughout this entire game. We've talked about it earlier in the game. It's not changing at all. They've become one-dimensional, and I think it's allowed this defense to really lock in on that quarterback.
So ball at the 30. This is a manageable third down play for the offense. There's the snap. Quarterback setting up to throw. From the pocket, delivers over the middle. And it's good for a first down to the 36.
Really good job here of converting by this offense. And let's face it, at this point in the game, because they have such a big hole to climb out of, they've got to be able to convert and come up with a new set of downs. They do it here. Now they got a real shot to cut into this lead.
Oh, got to showcase his spin move, but dropped quickly after just a short game. Second down after that run on the previous play.
Here we go.
There's the snap, and he's looking to throw. Looks downfield and finds a receiver who worked his way wide open. Finally brought down to the 20-yard line. A huge gain puts him in great scoring position.
A lot of times college quarterbacks, they're more comfortable working to the outside. Here's an example of a quarterback with a full field read, and he hits a big play in the middle.
Trying to extend the play. And he'll just get rid of it.
Man, the defense took everything away from him. What do you expect him to do? He can't force the ball into traffic and potentially throw the interception. Does a good job of getting out of the pocket, away from the pressure, and just throw the ball away. See what happens on this next down.
The shotgun handoff here. You make the stop, but not before a solid game that time.
Well, this is exactly where you find out what you're made of as a team. When you're trailing coming out of the half, how do you respond? Well, we know how this running back's going to respond. What a statement to get this second half started.
Keep it on the ground on first and goal. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there. Well, that was that excellent linebacker with a clear path, just running downhill quickly.
You know, I think one of the great things about watching this guy play all year is his vision. He just has great instincts. That time, the defensive line ate up all the linemen, freed up the linebacker to
all the way to the end zone. Touchdown, Western Kentucky. That's just nice execution. Quarterback and receiver Kirk perfectly in sync that time.
Yeah, you can see why route running is one of the most underrated attributes of a receiver. It's easy to get caught up on their ability to catch or their vertical or their speed, but nothing substitutes for someone who can create separation like this before the ball's even thrown.
He's got it inside the 15. And the coverage team brings him down at the 26. The Aztecs offense back on the field now. A beautiful, balanced drive reached the end zone last time. Can they keep it going here? Picks up 2, so it's 2nd and 8.
On the double. Down 55 feet.
Quarterback sets up, looking for an open man. He's going to be brought down by that ferocious pass rush. Nice sack.
Well, I love this defense and how they're playing some man coverage. And let's face it, when you do that, it's a bit risky. You can leave your defensive backs out there on islands, but the good combination of good coverage with a good pressure on the quarterback, and you come up with sacks like this.
The offense now facing a 3rd and long from the 26. Got to avoid a mistake here. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. He's moving out of the pocket. And it's intercepted. He stepped in front of that bullet. And that's a solid return after the interception.
What a play by the defense. Really, the only way they can get back into this game is to create a turnover. They get an interception, and they're in business.
The Hilltoppers offense retakes the field now.
325.
First play of the drive, looking to throw the football. Doesn't get rid of it. He's brought down way behind the line of scrimmage. That's a huge loss.
Well, I'll be honest, Chris, I'm really surprised he's trying to get outside like this to try to make a play. He's not the fastest at all. I think he was just desperate to try to come up with a play, and, man, it did not work out. That is a significant loss for the offense.
It's incomplete. He was hit as he threw that time, and now third down coming up. And now the defense decides to spend a timeout to regroup a bit. Third down, the offense desperately needs a conversion here, trailing in the third quarter. There's the snap, looking to throw the ball. Fires it to the wideout, and he's got it. They bring him down, but an explosive play by this offense. Big game.
That is great arm strength and accuracy by this quarterback. And let's not forget the wide receiver's job of bringing it in for that big game.
Here comes a throw from the red zone. Physical defending. That one falls incomplete. Brings up second down.
Let's go.
Trying to catch the defense with the draw. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
Chris, I'll be really honest with you. I don't know why they continue to try to run the football. I'm all about balance. I'm all about trying to make sure a defense has to defend the run and the throw. But at this point in the game, they haven't been able to run the ball. They're going to have to go through the air if they're going to come back and take the lead in this game at some point.
Coach electing to go for a field goal attempt. Right down the middle.
Oh, Chris, it's a nice kick here to polish off that drive with at least 3 points up on the board.
So after the field goal, the kicker out there again to boot it away. Bringing it out, it's Davis. And he stopped at the 19. Good job by the coverage team. San Diego State offense on the field now. We'll see if this quarterback can shake off the interception he threw in the last possession. Keeping it on the ground here. He's tackled short of the 30, but that's good enough for a first down.
Boy, another nice gain by this back. He has had a beautiful day today running the football, just kind of in that zone, and a big reason why they have a nice lead today.
That run, good for a first down. The offense still rolling. Sticking with the running game. Nowhere to run up the middle.
The defense made a good play there, but needs to string along more stops like that against this running back if they want to be able to win this game. The run game has looked good in the first half, but maybe that won't be the case from now on.
Important second down play coming up. Fakes the handoff here, looking to throw it. Scrambling, now he'll make the throw. He's got a receiver wide open here.
Passing efficiency is almost always higher off of play action. And you see why right here. The fake froze the defender for a second, and then the quarterback was able to zip it to the open player.
And the single back takes the handoff. Offense getting set up. Here's second down. They're going to run it here. And that's a solid gain before the defense able to bring him down. First play of the quarter is a crucial one. Offense trying to convert this third down. Looking to pick up the first down through the air. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. Tackled inside the 40, and it's good enough for a first down.
Boy, this offensive line, you got to tip your cap. They've done everything you would ask of them in taking care of this quarterback. They do it again here on third down, working with that lead. You know the pressure's coming, and they deliver.
And the Aztecs starting a new series here on 1st and 10. And they finally stop him, but a decent game that time.
I know this defense worked very hard at halftime to come up with answers on how to try to slow down this running back after the big first half, and he's already at it again.
Ready up.
Second down after that run on the previous play.
Jackrabbit.
And they'll run it out of the shotgun. Defense stops him, but that's a solid gain.
Well, they didn't bust that for a big play, but it makes this third down coming up a little bit more manageable, and that certainly has a lot of value.
Solid gain on the running play. Third down now.
Easy.
Looking to pick up the first down through the air. Hit as he releases it, and the pass ball is incomplete.
Interesting call here, Chris, to throw the ball on third and short. Unable to come up with a first down. Now here at fourth down, you got a big decision to make. Do you kick the field goal just to add to the lead, or maybe go for this here with a chance to drop the hammer?
The coach chooses to go for a field goal attempt here. He was perfect on his first attempt, but this is tougher from 49 yards away. Knocks that one right down the middle. And that will extend their lead even further. So after adding to this big lead, they are set to kick it away. Here comes the return from deep in the end zone. Solid job by the coverage team. They bring him down at the 16. And here comes the Western Kentucky offense back on the field. Last possession produced a field goal. Let's see what they can come up with this time. On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. He's running out of time here. And they hit him just as he releases the ball. It's incomplete. Getting set. Here's second down.
Here we go.
And he's back to throw again after that incompletion on first down. And this time it's complete. Breaking free at the 35. And a big game before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs.
Finally, good for them. They come up with a big play like this. Let's face it, offense has been at a premium for these guys. You wonder where plays like this have been all game long.
Catch is made way down inside the 30.
Now, the offense is taking advantage of the defense kind of sitting back with this lead. That's back-to-back plays of big yards. You know, it's a bend but don't break mentality from this defense, but they might want to reevaluate because this offense is moving the ball too quickly down the field.
The offense really clicking against this embattled defense. Throws it to the right. And it's incomplete. The defender arrived the same time as the football, and now it's second down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out the punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, he's unable to hold on to the football.
Pressure is coming. It's incomplete. That was caused by the defensive pressure, and now it brings up third down. Not going to be easy here. Backed up a long way to go for a first down. Back to throw again. Looking for the wideout. Finds a man open on the right side downfield. Tackle made at the 13, but here we go, a red zone opportunity.
This is a big conversion by this offense. They're down now in this second half. Probably limited opportunities at this point in the game. Every chance you get your hands on the ball, you need points. They keep this drive alive right here.
Here's the target, and it's complete. Tackle at the 6-yard line after the completion. Offense really threatening now.
Well, here the defense decided to sit back and play zone, and that front didn't do a good job of pressuring the quarterback. He had the time to make the throw, and he put it on target.
Trying to find some room. It's Sanders. They test the middle of the defense, but get nothing.
Boy, how about this defense? Just so physical against the run. These guys have not been able to do anything on the ground, and it's because of that defensive line and those linebackers taking away the run game.
On third and short, they'll try to throw for it here. Catch hauled in here over the middle.
But these guys clearly weren't even thinking about a field goal on this one. They know that field goals won't win a game like this anyway, so be aggressive. And now it's first and goal.
And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Hilltoppers. offense will go for a two-point conversion.
Fire!
From the shotgun, drops back looking for an open man. And he's got it for the two-point conversion. It's a two-score game, so hope's still alive here in the late going. I believe they're lining up to attempt an onside kick. And the receiving team has to recover. Looks like the hands team did its job. Here comes the San Diego State offense back out there. They settled for a field goal in the last possession. They're looking for the end zone, no doubt, here. Finding some room at the 25. They bring him down, but a big chunk of yardage on the play.
Chris, good job here on that stop, but remember the ball is inbounds and the clock keeps moving here late in the game and you're trailing. As a defense, you got to start thinking about utilizing those timeouts. You got all three to use. At what point are you going to start putting those into play?
The Aztecs move into the red zone. Keep it on the ground to work the clock here. Touchdown, San Diego State. To stretch the lead, the route is on. But they'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. The extra point is good, and they stretch the lead a little bit more. Kickoff team is on the field. Let's see if they give the returner a chance to bring this one back. And he'll lead the kickoff right there. They'll start from the 25. Hilltoppers offense retakes the field now.
Here we go!
On 1st and 10, looking to throw. Running back grabs it on a screen. We're finally able to stop him, but the defense is fooled a bit on that screen play. It's a solid gain for a first down.
And with that completion right there, this quarterback now has gone over 300 yards in this game. What a day.
Running out of time in the pocket. It's incomplete. He was hit as he threw. Good pass rush there on 1st down. Incomplete. 2nd down coming up. Quarterback drops back from the shotgun. Bringing pressure. It's incomplete. He took a hit as he threw the football, and it brings up a 3rd down. 3rd down here. Time for perhaps one more play before the 2-minute warning. And there's the handoff. Defense able to stop him. It's 4th down now. We've reached the 2-minute warning here. This offense needing to score and then get the football back. Down late, they'll keep the offense on the field, trying to chip away at this lead. 4th down, he's throwing for it. Time is running out. They'll take a deep shot. Can't connect downfield, incomplete, and a turnover on downs.
Chris, I totally understand why they would go for this here at this point in the game. You're down by 3 scores. We're in the 2nd half. They felt the pressure with the possession that they had, the field position that they had. They needed to make something happen. Unfortunately, not able to come through.
And he's able to find some room before they finally bring him down.
And that's the mark of a well-coached team. These guys don't even pay attention to the score. They're just out there executing and churning up yards. Good, solid run there as this clock continues to wind down. This offense has had a great day.
Offense will keep it on the ground here, refusing to be brought down before gaining 1st down yardage.
Yeah, I like this call here late in the game like this with the lead. Nothing too fancy, just right up the middle. Trust that offensive line and this running back and just keep working that clock.
Spinning out of the tackle. And a decent gain there before the defense brings him down.
Just another example of this offense, Chris, doing pretty much whatever they want to do. They've been able to run the football. Offensive lines held their own in pass protection. Quarterbacks had an outstanding day. You add all that up, it's a big reason why they're up by such a wide margin.
And now they can call themselves champions of the Big 12 and become a piece